Seema-san, for accepting our request and going to share your valuable insights from your experience. We are already waiting to hear from you. In the meanwhile, I would like to introduce SNRC and its services to all of you. Um, Many of them might not be our students, some of them might be. So just intro about SNRC from our end, and then we will, go ahead with what we are all waiting for to hear from Seema-san. Just give me a second. Just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Loading. Just a second.
Yes, Rama-san.
So we are called Sakura Nihongo Resource Center, a core Japanese language services company for the past 26 years in this industry. Anything and everything to do with Japan and Japanese and nothing else. So, as an institute where we've been working, teaching one and all India, from a young school goer to age is no bar for learning. All of you would agree with me. So we've had, n number of students who keep learning Japanese with us through these 26 years. Apart from that, we are also a corporate services organization. We cater to the needs of the corporate with regard to Japanese. And the third segment is our association with colleges and universities, where again we are catering to their needs of teaching their students Japanese language before they pass out, generally undergrads. Yeah, so this is what we have been majorly into. And you know, Seema San would also agree, for any institute, the backbone is our teachers and trainers. So,
Definitely.
we are at around 1,700 Google reviews, all organic reviews given by our students. Without the support and the total dedication of our trainers, we wouldn't have been able to reach here with a 4.8 rating. So, a big bow to all my trainers who have been supporting us through these 26 years of long journey. So the next is I'll just give you a quick glimpse of what our services have been with regard to the corporates. So as I said initially, it is anything and everything related to Japanese, be it trainings, both in person and virtual. So as most of you might think, all the organizations, the training institute or any work has moved virtually post the pandemic. But fortunately for us, we have been in this virtual training mode from 2010 onwards. So 16 years of experience in virtual training and 26 of a year out of the 26 years of experience of being in this Japanese field. Apart from that, we've been into document translations and interpretation services and two niche programs which anyone who is an enthusiast about Japanese language would surely agree that understanding the land, the culture is far more important even before you pick up the language, be it the spoken skill sets, be it the reading, writing skill sets. So we have been conducting Japanese culture and business etiquette programs to various corporates from small top floor to big MNCs and sensitizing their employees of what to do and what not to do. The psychological walkthrough of from a Japanese mindset. And on the same lines, we do have a lot of Japanese expats here in India. So we've been sensitizing them about Indian mindset, Indian way of working, how we all work together, how diversified we are, but still we are one India, right? So sensitizing Japanese about the Indian mindset and sensitizing Indians about the Japanese mindset is something which we have been doing in these years. So this makes both the parties work together closely, understanding each other, and then it is a win-win situation for the organization. Last but not the least is the bilingual placements. So for us, everything revolves around Japan and Japanese. So any individual who has picked up Japanese language skills till at least entry level, we would surely want to place him or her with along with whatever technical skills they have. So these are the core services that we have been supporting to corporates, and just a few names of the corporates of whom we have been working. As you can see, core Japanese language companies, IT sector, pharmaceutical, manufacturing. So all verticals we have been working with. As I indicated earlier, we have also been working with colleges, not only in Bangalore, but across Karnataka and some outside Karnataka too. So this has been, very supportive to the students also, because once they know that this language gets them a lot more than, what their technical skills, it will be little more than that, right? So that has been very promising, and there are a lot of youngsters of late in the last, I would say, a decade. We are seeing a lot of interest being generated, and such Michi programs are also one of the reasons that we connect, so that people do understand what are the benefits of the language learning too. And as an institute, we just don't concentrate only on taking you for the exam, getting you passed for the exam. There are a lot of other activities that we have been catering to our own students. So, Michi is one such program where we bring in elite speakers who come and share their experience with you. We are tied up with some schools, language schools in Japan. Bilingual placements, of course, as I said, is one of our core services that we cater to corporates that would also help uh, Indian learners to get their dream jobs. So we don't stop here. So every class of ours always takes a 360-degree angle of learning, which is conversation, culture orientation, and lot more, workshops with related to Japan and Japanese culture. So at SNRC, you are getting a total 360-degree angle of Japanese and Japan. When I spoke about bilingual placements, we have an exclusive website which is called JapaneseLanguageJobs.com, wherein all these bilinguals upload their profiles and can keep updating theirs. So this, as a service to the candidates, also it has been very helpful, and we would want not only our students, all the bilinguals to upload their profiles. And as of now, we have around 3,000 plus bilingual profiles in our database, and we keep supporting these corporates throughout the year. And once in a year, we also conduct something called a Shokuba, which is a bilingual placement drive, which is benefited by not only the organization but a lot of bilinguals too. So this is majorly about us. I know all of you are waiting to hear from Seema-san. So you can follow us on our social media platforms to get to hear all the activities that SNRC does. So here I take a quick stop, and I would request Seema-san to start with her inputs to us. I will just share the screen for Seema. Seema-san, over to you.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we are able to
Yeah,
hear you.
may I start?
Please.
Yes. First of all, I can see that 38 presentation, 38 people are there here. Uh, can we see their faces before I start? Because it should not look like that I'm just speaking to the screen. I can't see even single face.
Sure, Seema-san. We request the participants to switch on their cameras.
Yeah. Thank you. In our institution, and I am associated with Navkis Educational Centre, that is powered, that is Ramaya's institution, part of it, and I am also associated with that organization from last 25 years. So when this institution Sukuro Nihongo, they contacted me, I was actually wasn't aware that one organization which is connecting the one country, our country, to another country through language. I never knew that this is near to my place in Maleshwaram. So I was happy to see that. Plus, I thought, okay, let me learn something. But when they offered me this particular this one, ki you can present here. So I was very happy, and I am grateful to the organization that they gave me the opportunity to present here. Now, why I have chosen this topic? Because after COVID, many of us felt during COVID time, especially lonely. So we thought, okay, how we can keep ourselves busy. I will not be touching much about the science of this. It will be very general topic, yes, but of course, some takeaways will be there for all of you. Before I start the my presentation, would like to ask you, according to you, what do you mean by mental well-being? Anybody can answer? Anybody wants to speak? Anyone?
You can unmute and
Calmness.
speak.
Can you hear me?
Or yes.
Yeah. I would say calmness and positivity towards what you do, and not to be depressed, or not to have any negative idea about doing anything.
Hmm. Yes. Okay. As you said, that is a mental or is a calmness. Of course. S- This is also, I will say that it is a mental health. It is also, it can be a awareness. Okay. So mental health awareness, it is, we should understand that it is understanding of mental illness. What are their signs and the treatment options in India? If I tell you about our country, almost 20% of people experience mental illness, but only 10 to 12% seek help. And that gap exists because of the limited knowledge and the stigma in India regarding mental health. See, awareness can change this by helping people recognize symptoms early. Maybe it is, then they can seek support and reduce the judgment. See, we are also need to be aware about this. So, awareness is more than just hearing the term mental health. Okay. Now, before this, what is from where this term mental? It is, see, this is of also I can say how it has been designed, our brain circuitry. Okay. So what is the unique identity? See, when we say speak about mental health or mental well-being, it is related to our brain. Yes. I hope you all agree with that. Now, what is that the about now the what identity of our brain, of the brain, unique identity? What is the unique identity of the brain? Most organs have a single mechanical purpose. If you notice that the heart is a pump, the lungs are bellows, the kidneys are a filtration system. And if you ask a student what the brain does, what would we say generally? Brain, they might say that brain is, what is the function of the brain? Thinking or memory. Yes or no? But it's far more profound. The brain is the only organ that actively redesigns itself based on your experiences. Now, see, it can be a energy giant. Despite making up only about 2% of your body weight, it consumes 20 to 25% of our entire body's energy. And it is like a neuron forest. It is composed of roughly 86 billion neurons. Every thought, action, or habit is a physical pathway being cleared through this forest. Now, we need to understand how it can be the shapeshifter. We need to understand our neuroplasticity, and it could be the shapeshifter. Now, neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. I hope you are understanding. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Tanisha.
yes,
Yes,
Seema.
ma'am.
Yeah, because I couldn't understand that. Okay, so two things I have told now here. It is our brain. It is a energy giant, as I told you. Uh, it is the it consumes almost 20 to 25% of our entire body's energy. Okay, now how it is a shapeshifter. If you know that neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Now, how it happens? Rewiring via action. How we can rewire it when we when you tune an action, whether it is practicing a play on stage or learning a new language or even scrolling through social media, your brain notices the repetition. When your brain notices the repetition, definitely it tuned to that action. Then again, what is the energy allocation here again? The brain is efficient. It starts committing more metabolic energy to the pathways you use most. If you focus on a skill, the circuit for that skill becomes a high speed fiber optic cable in your brain. If you neglect a skill, that the brain prunes that constant connection to save energy. So it is always, that is why we keep saying that utilize your energy in a positive things, not in the ideal things. So we give the the signals to our brain what it is. So what we keep doing, connect again and again, that is called the physical change in the brain, then, or the allocation, energy allocation, you can say. Next we have the that wet cement phase, that is young age versus you can say even the young age versus adulthood. you know this is the crucial point for students and parents to understand hyperplasticity. What in childhood, the throughout the teenage years, the brain is like wet cement. It is incredibly, what it is easy to leave an impression on, learn a skill or a fix a behavioral trait. Now if you are uh, it first of all, it depends on the person to person, even the how you they take it. But generally in the childhood, if you know that at the age of 5 6, kids are able to learn different languages very easily. For them it is an easy skill. It's not that in the childhood, if the father is talking in Malayalam, or the mother is talking in Telugu, or the neighbors are talking in Tamil or any other language, child picks all the languages. So how it is possible? Because it is in the hyperplasticity at that time, I can say that it is a wet cement, as I told. It is molding, it is in the molding stage. So what happens? It is, it leaves an impression on their brain and learn a skill. This is why learning a language or an instrument is easier at a young age. But if you ask any person, if they are in the middle age or in the later middle age, what happens? It is very difficult. Everybody cannot do it till you create interest or till you push yourself to learn something new. But what happened the age 25 around, it's a milestone. by that time, mid to late 20s, the brain's physical structural development, specifically the prefrontal cortex, which handles decision making and impulse control, that is largely complete by that time. The cement starts setting it. So then we have a very limited storage perspective there. While we don't actually run out of the gigabytes, that is called memory is virtually infinite, and the cement begins to harden by this time, by the age of 20s or 25. What happens then? The intense focus, effort, and repetition, then it does at 15. So at the age of 15, when we do keep repetition, we get it, but by the time we are matured, it stops. So what happened? Then it is a, what I should say, that it is a modern threat then, because the brain is always listening to our actions. Whatever we think, whatever we speak, whatever we keep doing, then day and day, full day and out, it can rewire itself for the worse just as easily as for the better. If you would have noticed in your life that when you think something positive, yes, this something we say that it will happen, or if I say that I will have a I will study, I will get good marks, and then when the positivity sets in the mind, we start working on it. Or if you have only negative thoughts in your mind, definitely we move towards that side. So it is very simple way that keep yourself with the easy, you can rewire itself for the worse just as easily as for the better. Then what is that? I haven't started just a presentation, I'm just giving you the background now, how it is. Okay, so we keep saying that we keep scrolling the mobile or the Instagram or Facebook or any social media. What happens there? That is called digital overload, excessive screen time, sleeplessness, and the instant gratification of addictions. For example, like social media dopamine hits. And what are we doing? We are training our brain. That is why if you meet any intellectual people or any um, spiritual, this one, they will keep saying, not only spiritual, if you talk to any intellectual, they keep saying that before sleeping, at least half an hour before, we should stop scrolling the screen. And we just, you would have noticed, and what we watch, same, it's come back. That is the, of course, that is our AI. What we are watching, it keeps coming. So that is the what happens when we are addicted to that, like social media, and it hits our brain. Then what happens? It is a distraction. It is a circuit, the distraction circuit, it is called. If you spend 5 hours a day distracted, you are effectively investing your brain's energy into becoming an expert to being distracted. You are designing a circuit that makes it hard to focus on deep, meaningful work later in life. That is why we keep saying that keep our young students and young generation away from this. Then, simple one, in our, what we should do, the what you say, that more neural pathways we build, the more you realize the world is infinitely more complex than you imagined. So what I am just saying that this is a biological basis for the ancient wisdom, what it is called Vidya Dadati Vinayam. Knowledge leads to humility. So when we are just watching the social media, we have to be very mindful. What are we watching? I hope you would have understood how our mind works, and how it's the circuits and the neurons, we can rewire it. Now I'll come back to my presentation, what it is. It was just I gave you one simple way how we rewires and how it works. As I told you that in our country, the mental health, it is nothing like, it is nothing, it is just a one term, and we need to be aware, and it should not be a taboo or the sabotage there. Okay, now can we go on to the next slide, please? I have a one, some in 4 or 5 slides I have put some questions. It is not, you don't have to tell me the answer, so you don't have to type any answer anywhere. As I have spoken about the rewiring and the neurons and the neuroplasticity, just you read these questions and tell me where you are. These are 4 questions. I have got some more questions in next slides. First, you see this. I'll just give you 3-4 seconds to see that, and you decide what it is. Your answer is. Please, next slide. So this was general well-being now. How satisfied are you with your life nowadays? To what extent do you feel the things you do are worthwhile? How happy did you feel yesterday? How anxious did you feel yesterday? So this will give you the answer where we stand. Next slide, please. This is the impact of physical and mental health. In the past month, how many days were you unable to do your usual activities due to poor physical or mental health? So you can see that. How many days in the past month did you feel stressed? Maybe because of job, because of studies if you are a student, or any family stress. Next slide. Mental health stigma and awareness. Do, do I feel comfortable talking about mental health with colleagues? Do I know where to find mental health resources if I need them? My workplace, school, or supports mental health? That we need to know. Next slide, please. Then psychological well-being. Life has been a continuous process of learning and growth. Do you feel that? Then I feel in charge of the situation in which I live. Then I enjoy making plans for the future. You know, have you noticed that sometimes we want to go out and we are so excited? Other days in the morning we can't get up, but if we have to go somewhere in the trip, whole night we don't sleep. You would have noticed this in kids also. Or I tend to worry about what others think of me. We are more worried about others, what they think of me. Next slide, please. Yes. So now what is mental health? I think now it is clear what is mental health here. That mental health is something that affects all of us, yet many people hesitate to talk about it. So we'll understand in this emotion stress, support system, and simple ways to improve mental well-being. Can we have a next slide? Yes. So what is mental health? See, mental health affects the way we think, okay, and feel and behave in our daily lives. See, we go to the little bit, something happens, if we cough, cold, anything happens in our life, we just go to the doctor nowadays. After COVID, little cough also for 1 or 2 days, we just go to the doctor. So what I mean to say here, it affects the way we think. Just like our physical health, everyone has mental health, and sometimes we feel happy and confident, while other times we may feel stressed and or worried. One important thing to remember is that we cannot always tell how someone feels just by looking at them. You know, the way we go to the doctor for everything, if we have a fever, or we also need to care for our mind also, what we should do, how you feel that. For example, I can say, for instance, a student who feels nervous before exams may not show it outwardly, but inside they may be struggling with sleepless nights. Okay, then many times what people do, can I go for next slide, please? People often hide their feelings. How people often hide their feelings? Many people hide their emotions from others. You can notice sometimes, if you know people personally, some people that they post very nice pictures or some things on the selfies, or if they would have traveled somewhere, excuse me, to any place, they will put it on the post it on their status or Instagram or any social media, isn't it? But do you think that is the reality? No, sometimes it is not. I will not say always. Yes, sometimes it is not. Many people hide their emotions from others. You know, on social media, people usually share only the best moments of their lives, which can create the impression that everything is perfect. But in reality, many people may be struggling silently with stress, sadness, or anxiety. Someone may appear happy on outside while feeling overwhelmed inside. What it shows? This shows how appearance can be misleading. Can we go for next slide, please? Now, common students pressures. Why I'm talking about the students here? I can talk about anything also. As I'm working in a school, I can relate this with the students. Students nowadays face many types of pressure: exams, fear of failure, expectation from school and family, and lack of sleep can all create exam stress. Now, what happens here? Now, recently, you can see that the NEET exam, it got cancelled. You can make out the students, those who wrote exam, now how much stress they are in now. They have to again, they can't go without preparation again to the exams. So what happens? There is again stress, and it affects their mental well-being and mental health. So what happens when stress becomes too much? It can lead to anxiety, emotional breakdowns, and difficulty coping with daily life. You know, Parents often face pressure to provide for their family, while teachers juggles lesson planning, grading, and personal responsibilities. That is why, it is very important to understand the pressure. You cannot make out by the face, or just seeing that people are posting good things, and when you talk to people, they look normal to us. We can't make out that they are in stress, or they are facing some mental health. Next slide, please. Now, everyday emotions, we all experience different different emotions every day. Sometimes we get angry, sometimes we are helpless, we are not able to, what we want, we are not able to express to people, or if we are trying to express, people are not understanding. So, always the positive emotions include happiness, confidence, and relaxation. Negative emotions include stress, sadness, and anger. Okay, now it is important to understand that experience negative emotion is completely normal. It is nothing wrong. Sometimes we feel that if I will show my sadness, or if I'll express, or if I express my anger, it is all normal. Not always we do that, sometimes. So, mental well being does not mean feeling happy all the time. It's not that if I'm today, I'm upset or angry, so my mental well being, I'm not good in mental state. No, no, sometimes it is fine. It is nothing wrong sometimes to express your emotions. Can we go for next slide, please? Yes, when feelings become overwhelming, negative thoughts all day, difficulty in concentrating, feeling alone even around friends. Sometimes you can make out in the this one, in your social gatherings, people are definitely present there, but sometimes when you are talking, they don't know what you are talking. Suddenly they will be, you ask what happened, then they will say no, all fine. You can make out that they were in the different world. So that feeling alone, even around friends, losing interest in favorite activities. Sometimes you can make out if something is there with them, which they were very interested, and slowly they are moving away from that particular activity, isn't it? Now, another thing, uh, what to be done that, no? With that, or you can say, you can understand that sometimes you can feel that homemaker may feel lonely despite being surrounded by by family members. Family members, they get up, they get ready, they and they go to the office. I'm not saying that those who go to workplace, they are all mentally sound, but sometimes at home also, when you leave, when a person is alone and everybody has left, they feel so lonely. So that also, that feeling also becomes overwhelming for them. So these feelings, can slowly build up, just like a that small stream turning into a powerful waterfall. So that is why we need to be very careful when we are talking to people or surroundings. We should be very observant, I mean to say here. Can we go for the next slide, please? So what we should do, sorry, go to the seventh slide. So what we should do, we should talk to, now we cannot talk to anyone or everyone. So what we need to do, we need to talk to the parents or spouse or our close friends. So one of the, what I mean to say here, one of the most helpful things we can do, talk to someone we trust. Sharing our feelings with friends, family members, or teachers can reduce stress and help us feel understood. Support from others remind us that we do not have to struggle alone. Next slide, please. Yeah, seeking help. Sometimes we feel if we ask for help, people will not extend their hand. But in that, or what people will think about me if I ask help, we should extend our help. And asking for help is normal and very important in this case. If we are physically sick, I told you in the previous slide, if we are physically sick, we visit to the doctor. Mental health also should be treated in the same way. We can talk to parents, as I told you, or any trusted adult whenever we feel little overwhelmed. Can we go for next slide, please? What are the methods to cope up this? There are many healthy ways to manage stress and emotions. What we can do, you can see in the slide. We can do any exercise, we can join any sports, reading, music, anything. I hope we all go. Not you cannot join anything, just go for morning walk. That is also enough. That is also enough. And sometimes, we have to, as I told you in the beginning, we have to rewire again. If we, after tough day, when we come back, we would just want to lie down, that is also okay, but we have to push ourselves to go and do some exercise, join some club. Otherwise, there are many, I think in Bangalore also, some laughing clubs are there. There are a lot of gatherings are there. You don't have, it doesn't mean that you need to know people there. You just go join some yoga class, join some Zumba class, some aerobics class. You just join, and you feel that okay, once you go there, you forget about whole day issues, and you come. This is called rewiring your mind. You come back and then you feel fresh after that particular exercise. Take breaks. Yes. Now, how we can, support? Yes, please, supporting others. How can we do that? Isn't it? Uh, just see, if you find anyone, we just can listen calmly. We are not saying that we need to be expert in helping others. Just those who are going through the bad phase, if you just listen, you know You don't have to give any solution also. People just want to vent out. They just want to express their feelings. And when you show little positive support, definitely they will feel happy. I have noticed this whenever anyone comes to my office and they just tell, I wouldn't have done anything to them. I just say that, okay, they come with their issues and I just listen. I know I am not the expert here. And if I'm presenting this, I'm not the expert. I am just saying that how we can help each other and how we can, if we are going through, how we can help, we can seek the help. Simple thing. So listen calmly, avoid judging people. We don't have to express anything why you are doing like that. If they express also, we don't have to say, why did you do that, why did you go there? Just listen, encourage the support there. And we don't need to have all the answers, as I told you. you know Many times when you just listen, after some days the person will come back and say that, thank you ma'am, I was so happy when you and you will wonder that I didn't help anything, I just lend my ears to listen that person. Okay, next slide please. Then mental health matters. Yes, it matters. Everyone experience difficult emotions. Support and understanding make a difference. Talking about mental health should not be difficult. We should avoid pressuring them and encourage them to seek support also if needed. We do not need to have all the answers, as I told you. Sometimes simply listening is enough. Yes, next slide, please. Which way we can prove, ways, there are 5 ways to prove, to boost mental health. Which are the 5 ways now? We will go through that. Can I have another slide? Please click. Yes. You can see the find 5 ways. Very simple, which we have been listening every day. Practice mindful breathing. When you feel little stressed out, your body, your mind will give you the signals for that. So what you need to do? Nothing. Simple. The breathing exercise regularly. What you have to do? I think most of us know how the breathing. Long breath. Take long breath. Can we do this? All of you? Take long breath. Leave. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just if you do this exercise 5 times, means 5 times inhale, 5 times exhale, you will feel that your mind started calming down. Exercise regularly, as I told you. Then connect with others. Can we go for the next slide? Yes. So practice mindful breathing. I told you it calms the mind, improves focus and relaxation. Next slide, please. Get moving. As I told you, exercise improves health, improves your better sleep. You are you're physically, when you are fine, definitely mentally also you will be. You have to keep yourself busy. And when I'm saying physically healthy, means not only that you feel you when you go for exercise after a long work, you feel very relaxed after coming back from there. It boosts your moods. Just nothing. If you don't want to do anything, just close the room, have a loud music with your headphones and just listen or dance. You don't need to be a good dancer for that in your closed room. You just shake your body. It boosts your mood. It reduces, and also reduces anxiety and depression. After that, you will come out from that room, you will see everything is fine. Can we go for the next slide, please? That is, connect with someone. Connect with someone
whom you feel that important for your emotional well-being. Yes, now in this world, sometimes it is difficult to find a person, but definitely your parents, your mother, your father, your siblings, your very close friend, or your teacher, you just tell them. Those they will not judge you. Spend time with family and friends. Okay, then, or you can just call. Sometimes we feel that person who is away from us may will not understand. Just you have to express. You need to tell yourself that you are not alone. You are not alone. There are people around you who can help you in any way. Next slide, please. Reflect on your achievements. Small achievements. We think getting big degree is a big achievement. Getting some winning trophy is a big achievement. No. That is not a big achievement. There are small achievements. Those also can be celebrated. It's not that we need to celebrate only big achievements. Small achievement, what it could be. That today, suppose you go and you speak to the people and they're just giving compliment. You receive one small compliment, that also can be achievement, that you presented so nicely in the office today. Your or any student tells you that, ma'am, after 10 years, then the student come back to you and say that, ma'am, on that day this happened and you spoke to me like that. You might not remember, but that also would be your achievement at that time. It builds confidence. Write down one achievement every day before you sleep. Journals. Every night before you sleep, write 2-3 points in your journal, sorry. Just express yourself. Nobody will judge you if you feel that. Next slide. Limit screen time. This all of us know, and I don't have to stress so much on this. Take breaks from devices, spend time outdoors. So that is up to us. We don't have to hook to the screen. Yes, sometimes it demands according to our profession, but we can still find the way. Small steps matter. Small habits creates big improvement over time. Progress is more important than perfection. It is not that I should always win or always just taking one step ahead. It's okay if we fail. We learn from our failures. So it doesn't matter that we have to be perfect always. So small steps matter here. Can we have next slide, please? Yes. Mental health and mental well-being. It is for all. Now, our mental health and mental well-being, it influence each other. You would be thinking why she's talking about all this. We all know. But our mental well-being depends on our mental health. These are closely connected now. How it is connected now? Mental health is a part of our overall health, while mental well-being relates to how we think, feel, and manage stress in daily life. Both influences each other. Sometimes it's okay to feel different emotions. Can I see the slides, please?
Just give me a second. Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry
Thank
about
you. Yeah. So, can we go with the next slide? It's okay to feel different emotions. It's all emotions are natural, as I told you in the previous slide also. Everyone experiences same thing. It's not that only you might see that someone is very calm and quiet. Yes, they also feel angry sometimes. So it is okay. Sometimes we are our emotions are, what are the emotions? You all know: happiness, sadness, fear, anger, and sometimes worry at different times. accepting emotions instead of ignoring them is an important step toward mental wellness. Our mind and body. Can we go for the next slide, please? Mind and body, they are connected. Our physical health and mental health are connected. How? If you sleep well, you will see that if you sleep well, and when next day you get up, you are ready to face the any issue. Yes or no? I hope you agree with me. And exercising regularly can improve your mood, reduce stress, and increase concentration and energy. If you feel this is not helping, definitely, please next slide. What we need to do, we need to have a professional support. And it is not a weakness, it is a sign of strength. Counselor, if he feels overwhelmed for a long time or struggles to cope up daily, we need to talk to the counselors. When in the school also, when we tell, now at least people are aware. Earlier, when you used to tell our parents that your child need counseling, some of them used to be very upset. They always thought that we are saying that something is a problem with this child. No, we are saying that seek help. Maybe the child, and sometimes what parents do the mistake, they take the, ma'am, we know the counselor in our family, he will or she will counsel. I always tell them, no, go to the unknown person. Even your child will not express, because child knows that family member will again speak to you as a parent, and again they don't want to be judged. So better go to the unknown counselor. They will help you, isn't it? So which are the 5 ways to well-being? Now, what are those? See, the research shows, please click. Research shows, yes, research shows 5 simple ways to improve well-being. What is that? Connect, be active, take notice, keep learning, and give. These habits can increases happiness and improve emotional well-being. So what we need to do? We need to connect, we need to be active. Okay, now how to connect? Build meaningful relationships, reduces loneliness, increase happiness. See, nowadays the life is so fast, we think there is no time for socialization. It's okay. That's why you just go to join some club, yoga club, aerobics, Zumba, or anything, laughing club, morning, just go there. In Bangalore, there are so many places to connect. The next, yes, be active. I told you already. It looks like no repetition, but you know that walking, cycling, sports, dancing, anything you can do to be active, physically active, I mean to say here. Next slide, please. Take notice. Practice mindfulness. Observe your feelings. Okay, appreciate small moments. Next, keep learning. Learn new hobbies. That in the this one in COVID, lot of people learn mandala art. It boosts your this one. It helps you mentally. If your concentration, you forget everything and you're busy in that. Read books. Join some small courses. That will help. What you can do to help others? Help a friend, volunteer, support someone emotionally, who are emotionally low. You can support them. Next, please. Now, complete mental wellness. Take openly if you feel anything. Manage stress. Practice self-care. Simple act of to maintain mental wellness. What you need to do? We should talk openly, stay active, manage stress, practice self-care, and seek support when needed. Mental health is something we should care about every day. Before I say thank you, I want to narrate one story. I hope you people will like that story and you understand how it is very easy to say that keep yourself busy. But there is a one story. I hope you all know the character Supandi. Are you aware?
Yes, of course.
Yes,
Yes, of
yes,
course.
yes. So the Supandi, I
Yes,
have one
Uncle.
very simple story for you. I'll just narrate it for you. Now you know that Supandi. One day he was working. He was he was very from his chores, and he was tired, and he wished that for a helper. And by chance while working, he rubbed a lamp, and a genie appeared. You would have heard all this. And then Supandi wished that I am so tired and I have so much work to do. I wish that I have a one helper. So Genie, what he does? Genie said, yes, your wish is granted, and he gives one helper to the Supandi. But what he says? But with one condition. What is the condition? That Supandi must keep him occupied, or else he will, what he will do? He would pull his hair. And Supandi quickly, you know what he does? Quickly assign tasks. He gives him washing, dusting, sweeping, mopping, anything. And what happened? But the genie, helper, completed each in seconds and demanded more work. What happened then finally? Supandi has had no task left. And the helper began troubling him. What he started doing? Pulling his hair one by one. Now, this Supandi is in trouble. Then he again wished for the this one genie, and genie appeared. And then what genie reminded Supandi of the rule? An ideal genie is dangerous. To save him, what did genie said? You have to keep giving the task. So the genie, what the genie did it? What genie gave? Supandi a stick and instructed that tell the helper to climb up and down endlessly. There is no end. You keep climb, go up, climb up, climb down, climb up, climb down. So what happened? Helper is busy in doing that. There is no end of this work. So Supandi did so, and the helper, that particular, it was just busy, kept busy forever. So very simple thing in this, the ideal mind is dangerous. So our mind is like that. When left ideal, it pulls us into unnecessary worries. You will notice that when you are sitting, no work, all the worries come. But when you are busy and engaged in purposeful work, it becomes a source of peace and productivity. Keeping ourselves meaningfully occupied is the key to mental well-being. Thank you so much to all of you for patiently listening to me.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, Ms. Seema. It was great. I mean, as you said rightly, we all understand that mental well-being is of utmost importance, of course, along with physical well-being. But again, the most neglected part, I would say, because all of us, that too mainly after the pandemic, it's all about our physical health that people are more worried about. But yes, we should all concentrate with all the ups and downs in life and all the stresses from a young school goer to ages no bar for tensions. I mean, even an old person will also have some of the other tensions
Yes,
in their
I agree
life,
with you.
right? About children, about grandchildren, whatever it is, about their own health and all. So we have to concentrate, and as indicated by Ms. Seema, we can do some small steps. Take the first step first, small steps for each one of us to adhere to a proper lifestyle so that
Yes.
the mental well-being of every one of us is good. So if we ourselves take care of ourselves, then we are able to support another person. That's a wonderful thought and wonderful sharing, Ms. Seema. I would
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you again
I hope
from
I could
all
have
of us,
done the
all the participants.
justice.
You have, of course, you have. So, I mean, it was a pleasure having you on this Saturday morning for this talk. It was really lovely. Thank you very much for your insights. And I think each one of us present today are going to take back, I'm sorry, some insight from this. Very helpful. Thank you very much again, Ms. Seema. I'll surely connect with you separately on this. Ashwija-san, over to you.
Thank you so much, Seema-san, for such an educational webinar. Hoping everyone is taking something from this webinar and they will use it in their, real life also. So thank you so much, Seema-san. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you so
joining.
much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for all the participants as well for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining on Saturday. So yeah, thank you so much.